this video probably won't be too long. What we're going to do is modify our obstacle. So our obstacle speed is going to change over time. So what we're going to do, every time it resets, and this is probably the best way to do it, every time it resets, we're just going to increase the speed by a little bit. So when it's created, the horizontal speed is set to -2. It's pretty slow, it gives the player a bit of a chance. And then we're going to go set speed horizontal to -0.2 relative. Now I'm going to do a 0.2. That might be too quick at the start, but it's going to, what it's going to do, it's already at 2 to start with, or -2. It's going to take another 0.2 off that. So it's going to be -2.2. And then -2.4, 2.6, 2.8, and so on as it increases. So let's just test to make sure that works and I don't have the values around the wrong way. So it might take a little bit of time for it to get up to speed. So it looks like it's coming a little bit quicker anyway. And by the time I get up to about 6 or 7 points, it should be going a fair bit quicker. Now I'll just pause this and I'll demonstrate to you that it is working by changing this to -1 relative. So it's going to constantly increase this by 1. So the first time it comes through, it's going to be fairly slow, and now it's going to be coming a bit quicker. You can see that it's already coming quicker, and then it's coming even quicker, and then even quicker, and eventually it's going to get very, very difficult for the player to actually keep track of what's happening because it's going to be going so fast. So this here is probably best not to set it to -1. Maybe -0.2 is a good speed because then it slowly increments. I'm also going to have another check just to make sure that if speed, or h speed in this case, h speed is less than maybe less than -7, it's smaller than -7, or less than -6, I'm going to set it to -6, so it can't get any further. So -6 is the maximum speed it's going to go. If h speed is, so it gets to here, to -6, it comes up to this bit, goes -6.2, it's going to set it back to -6, so it's never going to go greater than -6. And this should make it so that the difficulty constantly ramps up, but then eventually gets to a point where it stops and it's just quite, the player can get into a rhythm. So what we're going to do now is actually make it a bit more difficult in the next video. There's a few ways that we could change this game up, make it a bit more interesting, and I'm going to look at that in the next video. So this is pretty straightforward at the moment. Actually, next video, sorry, we're going to look at the game over screen and also adding in the title screen to start. So that's what we'll look at in the next video. Then we'll add some graphics and then we'll modify the game a little bit, make it a bit more interesting to play.